Let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you're representing. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the like, smash up the like, smash up the likes. Now, I know this is a late, we're on the late show, right? This is the late show. But I had to jump in and chime in on this before I shut it down tonight. I just came across one of the most asinine statements I've ever heard. And it came from a well-known political commentator, Van Jones. Van Jones fixed his mouth to say that AI is the closest thing to reparations for black folks. The guy who was interviewing him asked him to explain those comments that he made, and he laughed and said, we ain't gonna get nothing. We ain't getting nothing else. Basically he was like, we're not gonna get anything else. This is the closest we're gonna get to reparations. Let me just say this before I go any further. Reparations are coming. They may not happen in my lifetime, your lifetime, but reparations has to happen. Remember, fam, that thing called slavery? There were slaves, people who were enslaved, who thought they would never be freed. Now you tell me what's easier to do, end slavery or cut a check? That check will be cut. I can guarantee you that. Van Jones, so when he was talking about artificial intelligence, and he said that that's the closest thing we're gonna get. I get it, fam. He was arguing that it can help address systemic inequalities, right? By leveling the playing field, because he said, hey, with AI, we're even. He said there are tools within AI you can use to help you function at the level of somebody who went to school for 4 years. Maybe he didn't explain that right, because I didn't get it. Because we've been smart for a long time. Getting the information it may have taken longer to get information, but black people have been smart for a long, long time. That says a lot for people who were once murdered just for having the ability to read. That says a whole lot. I sure hope that Van wasn't meaning that literally that AI is black folks' reparations, because it's not. When you think about reparations, it's not about giving people tools to catch up. It's about acknowledging harm and repairing those harms with real resources. That's what reparations is about. Reparations is a debt owed. Nobody owes us AI. Nobody owes us artificial intelligence. Reparations are a direct material repair. All these people who be talking that shit about, hey, okay, we gonna just give us free schooling and let us not pay taxes, and that's good enough. Now Cut the check, you dirty low-down bastards, like you cut the check for everybody else. Cut the check. And you let black folks figure out what they want to do with their money. Everybody want to count black folks' money. Taxes is a good start. Descendants of slaves should not pay taxes. That's a good start. Descendants of slaves should not have to pay for education. That's a good start, although education should be free. We should have free health care, universal health care, universal education. That should be free anyway. But since they don't want it to be free, you can start right there with reparation. That could be part of it. But cut that check. Cut the check, suckers. Cut that motherfucking check. I ain't trying to hear nothing else. You cut the check for everybody else and you do other things. You attach other things to reparations for everybody else. So cut the check. Everybody want to tell, well, you know, they ain't gonna do nothing but spend it. Let them spend it, sucker. And what are they worried about? So, look, fam, if they're worried about people spending, who you think they're gonna spend the money with? Most black folks gonna spend the money on with other people, with companies that aid in their oppression anyway. So what do they have to lose by cutting the check? For the people that's gonna blow their money, they're gonna give it all back within a year anyway. I don't give a damn how much money it is. You can give everybody $100 million a piece. The people that's gonna blow it within a year or so anyway. They're gonna give it right back to the government and right back to these racist companies that they patronize every day anyway. They're gonna give it back right back to these racist dealerships, home builders, restaurants, clubs, clothing stores. They're gonna give it right back anyway. But what they're afraid of is the ones who ain't gonna give it right back. The ones who are going to take that money and build. Who's gonna take that money and do the right thing with it. That's what they're afraid of. Reparations is about tangible things, man. We talking financial compensation, land return, investment in communities, debt release, and other resources that address the wealth gap. ChatGPT, they don't put money in everybody's pocket. I don't care how easy it is to use. It don't put money in everybody's pocket. Yeah, it could help you write a script faster. Might help you write a song. You still got to produce it. You still got to sell it. You still got to get on. You still got to market it. ChatGPT do not put money in everybody's pocket. Cancel unfair debts, or restore generational stolen wealth. ChatGPT don't do none of that. Cut the check, you low down dirty mother. Cut the check. Cut the check. ChatGPT don't make you smarter. Chat GPT lowers your cognitive skills. It makes your brain lazy. Because as Van Jones said, it does all the work for you. So we already have scholars. We already have smart people. We've been having smart people for generations and for centuries. We already outwork everybody. We know we got to be 10 times better. Just to have an equal chance, we got to be 10 times better. We already doing that. We're already performing at that level. Nothing that's for everybody is reparations for black people. Understand that. If everybody getting at it, if everybody get to use it, get it, if everybody is benefiting from it, that ain't reparations. Reparations are specifically for a debt owed to descendants of enslaved black people in this ragged-ass country. That's what reparations are for. It ain't for nobody else, it ain't for nothing else. And another thing, historically, reparations come from governments. They come from governments and institutions that profited from racial discrimination. That's who owe reparations. The people that founded ChatGPT don't owe reparations. Perhaps their ancestors did, but they don't. ChatGPT is a tool made by a company. It's a tool made by a company. That company does not owe the debt. The United States of America owes the debt, and that's who needs to pay it. Where we gonna get the money from? I don't give a damn where it come from. Go get it from your mammy. I don't give a damn where you get it from. Steal it like you stole everything else. I don't give a damn. Get it how you get it. When you need money for everything else, anything else, you come up for the money like that. You ain't got no problems. Oh, we're gonna send $100 billion to Ukraine. We got another $500 billion on the way. For everything they need money for, they always figure out a way to come up with the money. And I ain't talking about years. They don't need no study groups. When the last time you heard them say, you know what? Ukraine needs money. Ukraine needs help. Let's put together a committee to study whether we should pay the Ukraine or give the Ukraine $100 million or not. Let's put together a committee and study it. Now, they take their little nasty, stinking asses right in that little old room, come up with a play, and they come out and say, okay, this is how we're gonna pay it out. They ain't got no problem spending money where they wanna spend money. So if they wanted to make it right, they could do it overnight. They could wake up in the morning and say, right, they could announce tomorrow, we're cutting checks to all descendants of slaves. Today. And they could put a number on it. Well, that's going to bankrupt the economy. The economy is already bankrupt. Where the hell you been? Well, we're already in debt. We're already in debt. We're operating on in a negative already. All right. Well, goddamn, let's go negative then. It's going negative anyway. Every year, we're another $1 trillion, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, $9 trillion in debt every year anyway. What difference does it make? If somebody claims reparation, if somebody claims AI access is a replacement for reparations, it's symbolic at best, dismissive at worst. And then you always got people who are outside of the black race trying to tell us what should be done. You don't get to tell us how we should feel about something and what should be done. Don't you think we got enough smart people that studied this stuff long enough to understand how this should go if they want to make it right? If you support a group of people, any group of people, I don't care who it is, if you support a marginalized group of people, it's not your job to come in and tell them how they should feel, what they should think, how they should do things. If you seriously support them, you go to them and you ask, how can I be of service? How can I assist? Even if that's not what you would come up with. Even if it's something that even if it's not a plan that you would devise, you go to them and you say, how can I help? And then you help. You don't sit in judgment and be like, well, they should do this. I don't know what they were thinking. And nah, that means that you really ain't down with that group. That means that you really got some hidden prejudices. Yeah. And you might have a hidden agenda. That means you got some implicit biases. If you are in support of a particular group and you want to help, your job is to listen and do. It ain't the question. It ain't to criticize. It's to listen and do. Those comments that Van Jones made was reckless. Considering the position that he's in, it's reckless. I think it's reckless for anybody, especially a black person, to say that black people shouldn't get reparations or that reparations ain't never gonna happen. I think that's reckless. It's reckless and it's dismissive. But especially bad for somebody like that's in the position that Van Jones has as a so-called leader amongst black people in media. And Van Jones, more and more, all of this straddling the fence, trying to play both sides, always, like just seems like you just be trying to get them massa points all the time. It's almost like ever since he got that 10 million, I heard he got one of them organizations, one of them people gave him $10 million. And ever since then, commentary ain't really got no kind of bite to it. No, not whatsoever, none whatsoever. Crying every other show. Tucking the tail, all of that stuff, man. I don't trust it. I don't trust CNN. I don't trust ABC, CBS, NBC, MSNBC, Fox. None of those news outlets. None of those mainstream. None of them. None of them. I don't trust any of them. Chat GPT may be useful, but it can't cancel out a debt that's old. It can't do that. Reparations are about restoring what was taken. Chat GPT can't do that. Reparations now. Reparations tomorrow. Reparations forever. You got certain people out there I'm not going to have reparations come out of my check, and I have to pay for reparations. Your ass paying for everything else, and you ain't got no choice. So if they put reparations on the book and say it's coming out of your tax dollars, your ass gonna pay it or you going to jail. Simple as that. You ain't got no choice. You're paying everything else. You're paying for everything else you ain't got no choice in paying. You're paying for all kinds, your taxes pay for all kinds of stuff you don't use. Dude talking about chat GPT and AI. AI is the closest we gonna get to reparations. Now, reparations is the closest we gonna get to reparations.
Imagine bringing your side crop.
Reparations coming, fam. Reparations coming. Bet that. See a few of y'all using those all caps. Fam, you gotta turn them all caps off. I don't read all caps. Michael Global, I see you. Antoinette, what's up? Danielle Cooper. Free my grandma, what up? Whatever happened to the study of reparations in California? Man, you know they be just playing games. Reparations don't have to be studied. You better believe they know how, just like they do everything else, fam, they don't have to study nothing. They know how to go in there and do the numbers. They got economists. They got they call those they got accountants. They got access to the best college professors, businessmen. They can go have a meeting right now and come out in an hour and tell you how they could divvy up reparations, how they can do it. And anybody who has the intelligence to be a part of such committee have already thought about it. Oh, they know. They know how to do it if they want to do it. I bet you ain't got to tell their ass how to, I bet you they ain't got to go study racism. I bet their ass know how to do racism. I bet they know what to do when it comes to racism. Crooked Rev Gaming, what you talking about over there? Let's stretch your digital footprint into the metaverse. Well, let's stretch it then. Hit me up, man. Send me an email. Let me see what you're talking about. Mail@willied.com. MAIL. WillieD.com. Shoot me a message. Let's see what you're talking about. Trayvon McSellers, what's up? Official Brother Boldly Music and TV. Man, that's a long handle. No audibles. See, the reason why we can't get the reparations done, fam, is because the same people who benefit off of black subjugation, the same people who benefit off black oppression, are related to the same people who enslaved black people in the first place. They're descendants of people who enslaved black people in the first place, who many of them were in Congress. Many Congress men and women, men at that time, owned slaves themselves. Yeah, that's why they didn't want to end it. All of this stuff that's going on, fam, you can trace it right back to your local politicians. Your local politicians, your members of Congress, they call the shots. Law enforcement ain't got nothing. They ain't got nothing without the power of Congress. Because those politicians in Congress, man, they can shut it down. They can shut down. They could pass a law overnight. Any police officer kill somebody, wrongly kill somebody, the first thing gonna happen is we're gonna stop all of this suspension with pay stuff. We're gonna stop it immediately. You are suspended pending the outcome of this case. So if you get yourself caught up in something like that, you're suspended without pay, pending the outcome of the case. If you're found to be not guilty, then you can get your money back. But if your ass is found guilty, all that time you took off, all that time that it took to resolve your case, you don't get paid for none of that. And then make all of those cops get personal insurance. So you like to kill, huh? Wait a minute, we done already paid out X amount of millions of dollars on you. You done killed 4 people already. Just like when it comes to driving cars, your ass done has X amount of wrecks, man. Your insurance gonna be out the roof. So if you want to still continue to pay for roof, you make it so expensive that they don't want. The last thing they want to do is kill somebody. Right now, the first thing they want to do is kill somebody. You got to put them in a position where that's the last thing they want to do. Even if they want to do it, they're not going to do it because it's too expensive. See, you got to make it expensive for them to kill. And they'll stop then. Because waiting on them to have a heart, waiting on them to have some type of conscience, man, you'll be waiting forever. Oh yeah, they're experts at gaslighting. That's what they do. Black person killed. Oh, he's evil. Let's lock him up, throw away the keys, a monster. Let's pass some new laws to affect other black people who have nothing to do with it. White person killed. Oh, they were suffering from mental illness. They lost their job. They had a hard life growing up. Society, we let them down. They have all kinds of empathy. It's amazing. They even have empathy for people who don't even like empathy. RSC say no taxes for FBAs would be better than reparations, in my opinion. So let me debunk that really fast for you. Not every black person pay enough taxes to make a real difference in their life. There are millions of black people out there who make minimum wage. So the taxes they pay are crumbs that would never get them over the hump anyway. There are black people out there who don't have a job, can't get a job. How in the hell does taxes benefit them? Not paying taxes benefit them. They ain't got no damn money to pay taxes anyway. But stroke that check and see how you'll have black people that's turning SHIT to sugar. Stroke the check. Stroke the check. You let us figure the rest of it out. Stroke the check. And taxes. Stroke the check. Take away taxes. Free education. And I mean all taxes. Property taxes, federal taxes, state income taxes. Take away all taxes. Free education. And stroke the check. And get rid of qualified immunity and start punishing police officers. That's a good start. Start punishing these uncivilized mutts who violate black people on a daily basis. You can start with the one who just, most recently, who just stuck the gun in Terrence Crawford's face. You can start with that uncivilized, jealous mutt. I'm gonna go live now and stream this in the Metaverse on my YouTube channel so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm live right now on my channel, Crooked Rev Gaming, in 2 minutes. Well, let's see what you're talking about then, fella. Let's see what you're talking about. 2 minutes. Okay. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna click over and see what you're doing over there in 2 minutes. Family, B1 Street, B, what's that, B First, IS. Look, these people don't care about these kids. They care nothing about the kids. All you gotta do is look at how they move. That lets you know that they don't give a damn if they leave this country or this world in a worse place than it was when they got here. They don't care nothing about these kids. They let people who call themselves minor attracted run for office. Yeah. And they got people out there voting for them. They don't care nothing about these kids. But that's why America in the shape that it's in. See, today's abused child is tomorrow's abusive adult. And so look around. Look at how many abusive adults we have out there, because many of them were abused as a child. And this is why I always say we have to protect the youth. We have to protect our youngsters. We got to protect the children. Because one day they're not going to be children. They're going to be adults, and they are going to wreak havoc on society. So even if you're the most selfish person in the world, you kind of got to look out for your own benefit, long term. Miss B, what up? Where you been? What's up, Isaac Gary? What up? What up? Mike Pina, what up, Mike? All right, let's see what Crooked talking about over here. Say he gonna be live. Let's see. Okay, what's going on here?
Yes, we do.
This is how people gonna be getting rich real soon, doing their interviews in the metaverse, not even having to leave your couch. Right now, we are watching your stream live, and other people can actually come into this room and watch your content with us. This is how you're going to be getting paid in the near future, sitting on your couch doing interviews, concerts, and everything else right here. And we can actually come in your room, live with you, and engage.
So will you be able to see what's inside of my house, or do I put up a screen?
But you'll still be able to stream to YouTube simultaneously.
I'll be able to stream to YouTube simultaneously. And then but where would this actual...
No, we can't see what's inside your house or anything, but I'm gonna take these boys to school though.
So
this is in the metaverse, but I'm streaming YouTube in the metaverse simultaneously. So I'm in the metaverse and I'm on YouTube.
So where's the metaverse though? Where?
This is where you want to build your digital footprint up for the future. I beg your pardon, say it again?
Where's the metaverse? Like, where do people, how do people log into the metaverse?
We're in VR.
You're in virtual reality.
This is virtual reality. This is a whole different world right here, Willie.
You know, I be hearing about this stuff, but I still have not.
We are in virtual reality watching Willie D.
I still haven't been able to wrap my head around exactly what it is.
It's pretty much us watching your YouTube and us being able to come in the room while you're doing your live stream. And we can engage with you, or you can mute us, or you can leave our mics on, or we can talk back and forth with you and have a dialogue.
So I can do this on my YouTube channel, but I'll be doing it through the metaverse. That's what you're saying?
You got people like Taylor Swift making millions off doing interviews in the metaverse right now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
You can still do your YouTube, but you can run it through the metaverse and run it straight to YouTube and get paid twice.
Okay, you're gonna have to show me how to do that. Send me hit me up on my email. Send me your number. I'm gonna hit you up.
I am not monetized either.
Yeah, send me a message. Send me an email.
I'm in the comments. If you could, put your email in my comments.
Nah, I don't want to put the email. I don't want to just have my email out there like that. I can tell you what it is.
I sure will, man.
mail@willied.com.
Say less.
Right.
My email is movingsouth@gmail. Go ahead and hit the like, comment, and subscribe too, Willie D, while you at it, man.
I'll check you out. All right, fam. Metaverse, huh? How many of y'all can give me a thumbs up if you're using the metaverse? Give me a thumbs up if you guys use the metaverse. Thumbs down if you don't. Thumbs up if you do, thumbs down if you don't. So y'all down so far. OG, man, what's up? Kurt Mike, free my grandma, all y'all saying down, down, down. Car Mike, down. China Carter, down. Charmaine Callahan, down. I kind of like that virtual reality though. I like that metaverse. It's Miss C, down. Judge Dredd says it's Google. Hell no. Yeah, I think I might give it a try just to see what's going on out there. That Metaverse been around for a few years now, but I never jumped on it. So I'm gonna check it out, see what that's about. Kareem says, yep, he's checking it out. All right, fam, that's my time. Like I said, I just wanted to jump on here tonight when I heard Van Jones talking about AI being black people's reparations, like it's the closest thing we're gonna get to reparations. Nah, let me just say it one last time. Reparations is the closest we're gonna get to reparations. And I ain't settling for nothing less. We ain't settling for nothing less. Now, all y'all black folks out there who don't want your reparations, I'll take them. Don't be trying. But we know how y'all do. Talk down, because you want to hear them people hear you talk down. You're trying to assimilate, want to be loved and liked and accepted. Yeah. Try to act like you don't want them, But the minute they start issuing them out, your ass gonna be the first one in line. Now to all you out there who think you ain't gonna pay reparations, oh, you gonna pay. That's right. And they coming out of your tax dollars, just like everything else come out of your tax dollars. You got stuff coming out of your tax dollars you don't even know about. But you crying about reparations after you saw what these people did to black folks. You still crying about reparations. I have no love for you at all. None. No respect for you. Not at all. Because if I had seen a group of people being treated the way black folks has been treated in this country from slavery to today, I'd have a different viewpoint. I'd be like, yeah, give them the reparations. Why not? I'm sure that they're old. That would be my position. But everybody ain't cut like that. That's my time, fam. I appreciate y'all doing live. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. No more talk.